Hey, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a good day. But we're here to talk about the PvE PvP situation in Arc Raiders. Just so I'm clear on my views on this, I'm not saying that PvP is bad. I mean, I play a lot of games that are PvP, but I also noticed that most of those games are niche. Like if you go DayZ style, which Arc Raiders, its main focus isn't on PvP, and I think that's where the problem that we're having in this game is that we have people they're trying to make a game to where it's open to both sides, but they don't understand both sides. I mean, you have people that have honor and wouldn't do that stuff because it doesn't feel right to them. So they wouldn't do it in real life, so they wouldn't do it in the game. And then you have people in real life who sadly have no honor and have no morals. That they're not good people. They're not decent people. I mean, sure they might pretend that way, but when the mask is off, you find out real quick that. I mean, let's play this action through, okay? You got people nailing my video telling me about how weak I am and everything else. They have no idea what I've done in my life. They would shut their mouths if they did, by the way. But they can't look at my other content to see that I played tons of PvP games. That's like my main shtick, really. No, they can't do that. Instead, they got to try to tear my videos down and tear me down. And, oh, get good, you're weak, blah, blah, blah. They have no idea what they're talking about. They just spit it out anyway. And the worst part is they prove that they really are disgusting human beings because they'll turn around and lie too. They'll take words I said out of context. They'll twist them up. They'll lie, just flat out lie about what's in my videos. Even though I made the video, they're still lie to me about it. But I'm not here just to bitch about commenters because I'm learning really quickly that those people, the best thing to do with people like that is just to ignore them. I'm here to talk to you guys that are out there still fighting the good fight. That when given a chance in this game that you could shoot somebody coming back from fighting Ark the whole time, he ain't got no more shield recharges, none. He's limping home after fighting an actual enemy. You still do not take advantage of it. Matter of fact, and I've had it happen more times. I've been taken out in PvP 3 times in this game, and I play it more than most because I gotta make content on it. 3 times, that's it. That's been when I've been running with teams. That's been when I've been running solo. The majority of the time I run into good people. Good people who are trying to fight Ark, not other players. And this is a shitty part about adding a PvP into here. I mean, I get the idea behind it and what they're trying to do, but the problem with adding it in there is that nobody wants to take out their good weapons. I mean, I was surprised to learn so many people I even run with, they're running with the free kits. They don't take out their good weapons because they know that they're just going to get some player on the way back after we've taken out like a whole bunch of Arc enemies, lepers, and everything else, bastions and shit. We'll be sent by extract and will shoot us because we've fought our hearts out trying to save humanity and win the war, right? I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I don't get those people. I don't. They try to justify it by saying, hey, this is what would happen in a survival situation. Well, you're wrong. It wouldn't happen. Matter of fact, all through history, there's perfect examples of what I'm talking about. Not even all that old. I mean, I'm talking 20 years ago, right? Where it shows just how, in the worst of situations, humanity's spirit and the light of them shine the brightest because people will give their lives every day for other people to get away. Warriors will stand up to defend the weak. I mean, if not for those people, where do you think you'd be living at right now? You think you'd be living in this great society if it wasn't for the brave men and women who have sacrificed their lives to make this country what it is? Because don't get it crossed here, not even for a second. The only reason this country and any other countries existed is because there's been strong men standing up for it, defending it, fighting for it. And do you think they're out shooting themselves in the back or shooting their buddies in the back or anything else? Do you think when things get really rough that the first thing they do is turn to the guy or the group next to them and, hey, you got shit I want, give it to me. Otherwise, I'm going to kill you. Y'all been watching too many movies because that don't happen in real life. Instead, society is built on the backs of many, not one. Nobody benefits when one person's killing everybody. All that. Look, even You all have to sell your shit somewhere, right? If you're out there shooting every raider on the street, every raider that brings in the supplies, you can't possibly think that you're gonna bring in enough supplies to sustain that entire community, everybody under the planet that's in this game. How do you think that they get their daily needs met? Sugar, food, water, all that stuff, electricity, everything. Matter of fact, in this story, it shows you how. It's all for raiders like us, raiders like me, raiders like I'm sure a lot of you watching this video. You go out and you sacrifice your time. You risk your most powerful weapons to take out a bastion, to open a raiders, to where raiders can get in and out using these raider keys and stuff like that. If not for people like you, there would be no society to defend in the game. So do not let them, like what Dr. Disrespect and all them are doing, trying to turn this game into a PvP only game. I mean, they destroy so many titles doing that. And Dimion just put out a piece, and I got to give him respect. Look, for me, I don't talk to that many people. I mean, most of them are people that I know. And, I mean, yeah, my videos, some of them a couple hundred views, but that ain't nothing compared to these guys. Like, a Dimion is getting thousands of views within the first hour or so. And he's out calling it out now. He's saying that this is nonsense, so we shouldn't let them destroy this game like we've let them destroy every other good game out there by enforcing this disgusting, honorless shit into the game. There's a lot of us out here that don't want to live like that. We don't want to, not only do we not want to live like that, we don't want to interact with things like that. So you know what happens? Those people leave the game. You know who actually supports the game? Those people. Those people do. Because they don't have 17 hours a day to play the game. They got to go to work. They got to watch the kids. You know what I mean? They don't want to come back in the only 2 hours they got to run in a game. They get gunned down by somebody. They run up that's saying, don't shoot. Next thing you know, the person kills them. How do you think that makes them feel? And before you say, I don't care, you need to think for 5 seconds, again, about those games where people like those PvPers that are doing this shit own and run everything. Vigor, DayZ, they're not super popular titles. I mean, literally, Helldivers, look at the numbers on that. And yes, you can very easily compare that game to this game. The messaging is still the same. There's an overwhelming enemy. The only difference here is that bad people are given the ability to act out in those bad fashions. And I don't know how I feel about, because I like PvP, I do. I like killing griefers in a game. I like taking out the people who would step on another person just for helping them. I like taking out the people. Our entire community does this, by the way. We held down a server on DayZ, an official public server, for like 5 years. And plenty of people helped us fight that battle against the, what do you call those guys? The cannibals. Anybody who's played DayZ knows who they are. And I remember it getting so bad in DayZ because they pandered to those PvP types who go in this game and play out these sick-ass fantasies that they were literally tying people up and then doing some role play where they raped a person. What? Why are we even giving these people time to play out these fantasies in video games? They shouldn't be. It's like wetting your beak. It's like getting a taste for something. Next thing you know, you're out there doing it in real life. How can you not make the connection? I struggle to understand how you can't make the connection between the two. Actions is something I've learned in now I'm like 48, so in my older age, over the course of my life, people can say a lot of shit, they lie a lot, right? They could get away with that. But actions on the other hand are different. If they're doing it, then they would do it in real life. But that isn't the main thing I'm pressing here. I was never for like that idea of like softening down games just to worry about some of the people out there that would go murdering sprees and all that. But then, again, I had to sit by as churches were shot up and, just watching everything that's going on in society today, watching society just completely fall apart because we taught our kids the wrong things. And now we're doing the same exact thing. Thank God the majority of people out there don't do this stuff. Like I said, I've probably deployed thousands of times in this game, and I've only ran into 3 instances where the players actually wanted to fight with me and did dishonorable things. For the most part, I run into people who are out there fighting every day to try to beat Orc as the enemy. You know, like I got into a firefight the other day in town, and I was fighting a Rocketeer, and from the other side of the street down the way, a group was running there. They could have taken advantage of the situation. They could have shot me and our team because we were engaged with this Rocketeer completely. Instead, they started firing at the enemy too. It was glorious. It was glorious to have that battle as I watched them displace after they hit that thing with everything they got and move to another building and do the same thing. You know, while at the same time making sure they're not hitting us. I mean, I've gone down and another player came and picked me up. Sua Sponte, every one of you. I mean, seriously, everyone that does that, you are a hero. Because right now, there is too many people out there that are trying to push you to do the most disgustingly honorless shit in these games. The streamers especially, because they want clicks. They want views. I mean, that's why my stuff will probably never get popular. Because I would never steer it down that direction. I would never sell out to these clowns. I'm getting offers already, and I'm turning them down. I don't want nothing to do with that. Instead, I don't need their money. I don't. What I would like to do is to pay society back for everything that I've gotten in my life. After things I don't want to talk about in this video or at all happened in my life, I went to a pretty dark place. You know, and I could say that if it wasn't for the good people and just how people are truly inside, I probably wouldn't be here today. And I feel like I owe a debt to that. So here I am speaking on these videos that I only make for, you know, people that are in my community and that run into us and who might enjoy them. I make them for the memories, you know, so later on, because we've had, sadly, a lot of our, not a lot, but too many of our community have taken the easy way out, you know, or just died in general. And, you know, I don't want that bad message out there. I want to be the opposite side of that spectrum. I want to be the guy saying, look, in real life, those guys telling you that they would do that shit, they'd never do that. They're cowards. Okay? Because they'd be too scared that they would get killed. I mean, seriously. Their actions prove it. So, I mean, they're not fighting the enemy on the front line. No, they're fighting you when you're limping home after fighting the enemy on the front line. What do you think is a harder fight? Think about that for a second. Because that's what they're trying to say. Because I engage in PvP, that means that I'm better. I fight harder in some way like that. But that's not true, is it? Because the people who are fighting Ark on the front line and using up all their materials and putting their heart and soul into it, defending another squad for no reason, using some of their supplies to pick another teammate up, they're the ones that are actually doing the fighting. The person sitting back camping the site or sniping somebody from a distance who's fighting them, because that's usually what you're doing, right? Those are the parasites of society. And it's time that we all started calling it like it is. And thank God other people are out there doing it. Finally, other content creators are starting to get with the program. Because they've been killed so many times in the game. They've been off. They've been stepped on. They see how evil it is and how it leaves them feeling after it's done. Like, wow, people like this really do exist in life. You know, this isn't just, you know, a game pushing its style on. Because the game doesn't make no bones about it. We're all supposed to be fighting the enemy. The robots. It's the way that these people take it. That they, I don't know, are better than you because they killed somebody who already used up all their stash and stuff fighting the actual enemy. And then a parasitic human being shot them on the way back to take what? Because they don't usually have much left anyway. I mean, what? Some really good loot? Okay, good. Now you got that. What are you going to do with it? Go out and fight the Ark enemy after you just killed the people that are fighting it? So you've weakened the actual forces that are resisting the enemy. Good job. Yeah, that would definitely happen in real life. Not. You think you by yourself makes up all society? It don't. What I mean by that is that all the people, like I said before, that depend on the supplies we're bringing down, do you think that they can only get their supplies from you? To supply that big of a base of people, it would take a huge amount of people bringing in a huge amount of supplies. So even you killing one person could drastically and negatively affect not only society as a whole, that's the people living under the earth, it could also affect the people fighting the war to free Earth from this tyranny. You're not the good guy if you're out there killing players. You are the bad guy. and take pride in that. If that's what you do, but don't ask me to, and don't ask other people to. But either way, now Demion's coming out. I respect, brother, finally, because this isn't a popular view to have, guys. I mean, I get hate on my videos all the time. If you watch my content, you know what I'm talking about. You can see them making those making those comments. I mean, horrible, disgusting comments where they think that people are going to clap them on the back. And other people who think like them do, while the people who would never do that kind of keep quiet. And why? I don't know. You should speak up more, really, because the way that these people act in a game is how they would act in real life. I stand by that firmly. I mean, if given the opportunity to, I firmly believe that those people would be knitting socks at home instead of fighting in a war. I don't think they would be raiders ever. They would never take the risk. I mean, they're cowardly enough to shoot a person instead of getting it the hard way, which is fighting the enemy. You really think that they'd have the balls to fight the enemy in real life? Get out of here. Anyway, I just talked over this entire clip. It's a good clip, too. I'll put it out after this. I mean, it's been like 20 minutes of me talking. So if you don't mind sticking around just to watch this playthrough, it ain't long. I think it's like 17 minutes. But if you're out there helping humanity fighting these enemies, respect. I have mad respect for you. Because you're doing it even in the face of all these people and all these streamers telling you not to do it. They're trying to tell you to be an honorless, moralless piece of shit human being, and you're saying, no, I won't do that. I'm going to help my buddy. I'm going to fight the enemy. I'm going to stop this, I'm going to save humanity. You want to be the good guy. To all of you, Sua Sponte and Deus Vult. And by the way, if you don't know what either one of those mean, you should look it up. I mean, it is a compliment. But, again, have a nice day and nice evening. Please like, share, and comment. I'm always open to good comments, but all those crazies out there leaving the insults, I'm not going to bait it. And I'm not going to let you, kick other people. But have a good day. Thank you for watching my content.